Up Next is presented by Jack Daniels.
Yo, 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 what's the deal, y'all? Y'all make some noise one time for me. It's your boy DJ Wavy Power 106. Y'all can catch me each and every Saturday from 9 to 12. I got one question though. Y'all proud to be from the West Coast? Say hell yeah. Ooh, okay. If you are a Yankee fan, it is not your part of the show. You know what I'm saying? We have 2 complimentary exits in the back, okay? We're going to get to you. Once again, to reiterate, you cannot live stream, okay? If you have an iPhone, I love you. If you got an Android, this is not your part of the show, okay? All good, man. Before we get started, I just want to thank my beautiful sponsors over at Jack Daniels. Y'all make some noise for Jack Daniels one time. Gotta take a shot. Jack Daniels, we love you, man. Y'all ready to get started? Say yeah. It is with great pleasure to bring the princess of LA radio to the stage. Y'all give it up for Jimena.
Yeah! Up next, yeah. How we doing tonight? What is up, Los Angeles? Yeah! What's up, you guys? I see some beautiful people in here tonight. My name is Jimena. Welcome to our Up Next Know the Product edition, okay? Hell yeah! My name is Jimena. We're Power 106, LA's #1 for hip-hop. You can catch me every weekend, Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., okay? And Sundays for my early birds, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. You guys ready to get this started? I don't know, Wavy. Is they ready?
I don't think they lit enough. If y'all ready and y'all proud to see Jimena, make some noise one time. Ooh, I think it is, Jimena. I think they ready.
Yeah, it is with great pleasure to be here right now. Thank you for everybody who popped out. We got the one and only, okay? But hold up, before I do so, we're at the Power 106 studios, okay?
Absolutely.
This is where the party's at. Come on. Let's turn it up. I have with good pleasure to introduce LA icon, Grammy-nominated queen. Let's make some noise for Snow the Product!
Hey, y'all make some noise one time. Sheesh.
Yes, come in.
Snow in the building.
Bring it in. What is up, Snow? What is poppin'? It is with great honors to have you here tonight.
I'm dead.
Woo, you hear that? Yeah, your fans love you, girl.
Yeah, I love them too. I love y'all too. How y'all doing?
Before we do anything, Snow, we gotta take some Jack, though.
Okay, yeah.
Okay? For the nerves, the stress, whatever it is.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Of course. Hey.
Jack Daniels.
Yo, y'all rowdy. Y'all ready to party tonight? Hey, intimate moment with Snow. Chill out.
I like that. Intimate moment with Snow. I know that's right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Let's go.
Damn.
Yeah, it's Power 106, baby. You already know how we do. Snow.
God damn, girl, you a thug.
How you doing today, baby girl?
I'm good, man. I can't complain. I'm excited to be here. What the heck? This is amazing turnout. Beautiful show. It's great.
Yeah.
Thank you all for having me. I love this.
Yeah. People showed up and showed out for you.
I love you too.
Come on. Talk to him. Snow, a lot of, who we become today has to do with the way we grew up.
Yeah.
How was your childhood like? How was your childhood like for Claudia?
Shoot. Imagine I just start crying. I'm like, oh, well, let me tell you. No.
Where the tissues at?
Right. My childhood, I mean, look, I'm the daughter of immigrants. I grew up with a lot of, Mexican, like I'm Mexican. Like I've always said that. Even though I'm Mexican American, obviously I was born here, but like I was raised very Mexican, very traditional. And my upbringing was just, trying to figure out and navigate how to be the first generation that was born here and explain that to my family while also navigating what that was to explain to my school and to my friends. Some of my friends didn't understand what was going on at home. Some of my people at home didn't understand what was going on at school. So it's just kind of trying to live those two lives and trying to make it work. But, So
you grew up in the Bay Area, correct?
Yeah. Well,
Bay Area!
Partly and partly SoCal.
Okay,
Yeah.
so when did you come to SoCal?
Well, I was like, 10? But then I always started getting, I would get kicked out and then I would end up at my tia's house.
Kicked out?
Well, look, girl, we're not about to get into no trauma. Basically.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, my parents had some mental health stuff and maybe some generational trauma that now as a grown adult I could tell, okay, maybe they weren't ready,
Yeah.
so it was a lot. But my mom is one of 9, my dad is one of 9.
Sheesh.
I always had family I can go back to. So I would go to NorCal, I would go to SoCal, wherever I was just trying to find myself. And I think it ended up making me kind of prepare for artist life because I could, travel and just kind of rebuild. Anywhere I go, I could just build again, So
Yeah.
I think that's what made me be able to have longevity in this career is that I could just restart at any moment.
Yeah, and you're very family orientated, correct?
Yeah. for
Hell
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you grew up with a big family?
Yeah, and when I say family oriented, it's who I decided to to pick out of my family and who is still in my life because I chose those people are safe and those are the people that I want in my life forever. And that can include some friends. But
Yes.
just because people are your blood don't mean that they have your
That
best
part.
intentions.
Damn poor,
in
I know
mind.
that's right.
So it's just but my son, my brother, my cousins, I got a tia with me, just the people that are my family, I definitely am very loyal and very
I love that.
very I do everything for them.
I love that.
Thank
Same
you.
here, same here. I
Thank
love
you.
my family, man. And when did music kind of enter your life?
Well, my dad and my whole dad's family is mariachi singers, and my dad wrote music, mariachi Spanish songs, so it always was there, but I think
Yeah.
for a while it went away, and then once I started kind of figuring out rap and R&B and just different types of music, I was I think I want to write, and it was really just to express myself. I was depressed and just going through a lot of things, so I was how do I put this out? So I would start writing little poems and then bars, and then the rest is history. You just kind of make music and express yourself.
100%. And you really do express yourself throughout your music. Is there a specific song? Is there a message you would like to tell your old self, your young self, Claudia, baby Claudia?
Yeah, definitely. I think the same thing that I kind of tell listeners or anybody who's thinking about being a fan. It's I think the biggest thing I preach is just getting to know yourself and your boundaries, and just being able to say no to people, being able to move away from people. I think I'm a Cancer, so I'm very emotional.
I love me some Cancers. I'm a Pisces, so
Nice.
water signs.
Yeah.
We up, baby. We up.
Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, I'm very emotional and in
Same.
tune with my emotions and with myself, and I think I would just say keep working on that, because as long as you know yourself, nobody else can tell you who the fuck you are. So
That part. Come on. Snow, I know you would sell CDs outside the swamp meets in the Bay Area, San Diego, Texas.
Yeah.
What kept you going? What kept you motivated during that time?
poverty.
Poverty.
I knew that there was only one way out. I had thought about going to college, but I felt like that kind of wasn't my route. There was always something in me that wanted something. I don't know what it was. I can't tell you, but I realized that anxiety that I always felt was this untapped energy that needed to get out. And I feel I don't know, I believe that you when you have a purpose in your life, it's not going to leave you alone until you actually fulfill it. So I think that I went through a lot as a teenager because I knew that I needed to get to where I'm at now to be able to be a vessel to say what I say. So I think it's just one of them things that I was for some reason motivated to continue on my journey because I knew I wasn't going to stop, and thank God, thank God.
I share similarities with you because growing up, I was always hungry for something. I was always chasing something. I always wanted to be someone for myself, for my family, and being Latina too. We got to put up for our culture, for our country. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And as a Latina artist in the hip hop industry, how do you navigate your cultural identity and how does it shape you?
I think there's a lot of people that might think, and especially right now, right, with politics and everything, people are like, oh, certain things shouldn't affect you. It's all about, policies and whatever. But it's no, bro, a lot of this identity politics does affect us. It is our identity. I am Latina. I am the daughter of immigrants. It does affect me when people talk negatively about immigrants. That is my parents. That is my family, So it's a lot of these things, what I say on songs or what I do or what I say on tour or at speeches or in interviews, it's it all matters because of who I am and because of little girls that might need someone like me. When I was growing up, there wasn't necessarily someone exactly like me that could have made me feel safe. You know, there wasn't that many queer, Latina, you know, bilingual, daughter of immigrant parent, like rappers that were doing the things that I'm doing and that are constantly speaking, and I needed that. But for me, thank God, you know, I had Miss Lauryn Hill that I looked up to, and Missy Elliott, and you know,
Come on.
and I thankfully was able to be inspired by a lot of amazing artists, and that's all I could really say about that.
Like Celia Cruz.
Yep, Celia Cruz, Selena,
all that.
freaking,
You was in
Gloria
your
Trevi.
talent show too, right?
Yeah.
Like in a mariachi. Talk about that a little bit. Like, how was that? Right away, you're like, I'm a star and I'm gonna own this.
No, I wasn't. I was very shy.
Oh.
My dad knew I could like sing mariachi, so he would make me sing mariachi. Like he would be like, you know, go, like, you know, whatever. And then I guess somehow like maybe I liked the acceptance that I got. Like people would cheer because I was a little girl singing. So I was like, oh, nice. Everybody, you know, they like me when I do
like
this.
me.
So so I think it was just this me trying to figure out what that meant and why it made me happy. But I didn't like to stand up on stage. Like I would be mortified, but I would do it because my family would be proud of me when I did. So I was like, all right, which is why I told you I went away from it for a while because maybe I needed to come into my own liking of it, not be forced into it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
So when did the collabs come? Because, girl, you worked with Ty Dolla $ign, E40, Ludacris, Santa Fe Clan, Junior H, P&B Rock. Should I go on? Because you have a lot. But let's you know, one collab I'm most excited to talk about is your collab with Bizarre Rap. For y'all that don't know who Bizarre Rap is, it's a South American from Argentina, a producer who brings artists for sessions and all that. And that is the track that nominated you for a Latin Grammy. Come on. A Latin Grammy, girl.
Yeah.
I know you spontaneously took that trip to Miami during the pandemic, but tell me, what impact did that have to your career?
Everything. I mean, there's definitely a before and after of the whole Visa Rap thing. I think I had lost, you know, there's been several times in my career that I've lost any will to even keep doing this because it is very hard. Like I don't tell anyone that it's easy at all. Like it's a hard life as a rapper that's independent and isn't necessarily attached to any major label or any major company that, you know, would probably be able to fund a lot of the stuff.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, taking that spontaneous trip was precisely because I was independent. I was able to just make my own decision, fly out, did the song, didn't think much of it. When it dropped, I was like, wow, cool. But then when it started just like accumulating like the amount of views it did and just the Latin nomination and like everything like that, like it made me be like, oh shoot, like, you know.
You did that.
I was proud of myself, so I'm happy. I'm happy.
Yeah,
and I'm
make
very
some noise
grateful
for
Visa
that.
Rap.
Come on, talk to him. You really did do that. Because I know after that kind of like blew up. That blew up Bizarre Rap.
Yeah.
Like I've seen Young Miko, Karin Leon, all
Yeah.
that. But like Snow, you were on that. And it's amazing that you're Latina, you represent us in this culture. And let's talk about immigrants. We get the job done because I know that's right. Yeah, we do get the job done. You were a part of Hamilton mixtape. What impact? Come on, yeah, she was. Come on. Yeah. What impact did you hope that song would have? And I mean, look at the turnout, girl.
Yeah. That too, yeah. Like that song was very important to me because being able to be, first of all, I grew up listening to Calle 13 and like, you know.
Atrévete.
Right. Exactly. So it's like to be on a song, you know, that important, that powerful. And again, kind of like with the Visa Rap too, just doing what I already do. It's not like I was somebody who never did this and then all of a sudden spoke on that, or like with Visa Rap, it's not like I was some artist that was trying to always make pop music and all of a sudden rapped for the sake of it. Like, no, I did exactly what I've always done, and that's my most proudest moments because anybody can go out of who they really are to try to reach for the stars, but when you reach them on your own accord and by what you've already been doing, it feels a lot better to just stay true to yourself. So
Oh, yes. You got to stay true to yourself, always. One of my favorite things about you, Snow, is you are a mom. Yeah. And you have a 14-year-old. And you know, you guys have those friends that you're like, is that your mom or is that your sister? Because that's how it is with you and your son. Yeah. Talk about that relationship.
It's exactly that. Like sometimes, you know, I mean, he is everything to me, obviously. And, you know, watching him grow up has been healing to me in a lot of ways. Also, you know, like it's obviously the biggest reason for a lot of my evolution and all this stuff is just realizing that, like, one, when I had him, I was responsible for this little baby, and I had to make decisions just for him, But then also navigating life through growing up and being a grown woman and having a child, and relationships and breakups and fans and public persona versus at home, and just everything that makes you really grow the fuck up. I'm glad that I've been able to do it in front of my fans, because it's, if nothing else, and if people don't like my music, at least you can't say that my story isn't an inspiring one, because I do think it is.
Oh, 100%. What's something that woo? It's funny, right? What's something that you guys like to do for fun?
Oh my gosh, everything. Everything. We eat. We watch movies. We go to the movies. We go to roller coasters all the time. Travel. He flies out to tours. We make TikToks or play video games. Like, I like to just have fun with him. I also want to raise him to know that you can be responsible and mature and pay all your bills and be everything without losing that inner child and that happiness that we have when we're kids. So that's my biggest thing from me growing up to me being a parent, is that I wanted to make sure that I never, turned off that light that we have when we're children, and that I made sure that he had a safe environment. So as far as I know right now, I've done a great job, and that makes me feel good about myself.
Yeah, I love that. Snow, honestly, your energy is immaculate. It's one of a kind. I feel like your energy in the studio is lit. It's turn. It's turn. What are some essentials you need while being in the studio?
Alcohol.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah. Right. No, I mean, a good vibe. I obviously, I don't like to work with people or be around people that have like a you know what I mean? There's some people that are just either condescending or whatever. No matter how rich or famous you are, if you're a bad vibe, I'm like, I'm good, bro. Like, I'd rather work with a new producer that's barely starting out than to work with anyone who just is rude,
Yeah.
So that alcohol, some loudspeakers, some inspiration,
Mando.
I love a view, like
Hell yeah.
a vibe.
You mentioned about being in the studio with producers. Any works with any LA producers, overall producers? Talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. After tour right now, I have not made music like in the studio with like a producer yet. Like, I've worked on my own. I always carry my laptop with me and I record my own stuff. I work with Pumbaa, obviously, who's like I started with since forever. But yeah, there's a few producers in LA, obviously. Yeah, freaking my boy JP that does a lot of the JP does it is his name. Because I'm like, that does it. But yeah, a lot of my homies, like, I like to just have a good vibe. But I'm barely about to get back in the studio right now, so shoot, LA producers, let me know.
Yeah, we can't wait for that. Aside from being a great artist, a great performer, a whole superstar, you're also a podcaster. Yeah. Come on. I've been like on and off trying to start up my podcast. You have a podcast called Everyday Days, which
it's every nights.
Every nights.
The vlogs are Everyday Days.
Everyday
the podcast
Days.
is every nights.
There we go. What was the development behind that?
Right, COVID. No, yeah, pretty much. It was COVID. I mean, I've always been good at talking or going live and stuff, so I feel like it was just, an extension of what I already was doing. But I like to vlog because I like to show everybody my personal life. I think as part of my evolution has been, I separate the rapper version of myself from myself, because at the same time, I'm growing up. I'm not the same person that I was when I was maybe angry or depressed. I
feel like the vlogs are a lot more enjoyable to watch, because you get to watch your everyday, what you do, what your house looks like, all that. And I think those are more attracting. But what are some unexpected hills you ran into, and how did you overcome them in the podcast world?
I mean, in the podcast world, the thing also that I love about it is that I didn't set any standards for myself, because people mostly know me as a rapper. So I think the rap world maybe makes me have a little bit more anxiety, because people have a standard. People are like, how many views will she get? How many this? How many that? And to me, I'm just like, dude, it's just so much beyond that. With podcasting, it's fun because it's kind of like a side quest. So I like my side quest because I just get to do whatever the fuck I want,
Yeah.
With the podcast, it's been amazing to see that it's been evolving. It's been growing. To have Pepe Aguilar or to have different people on the podcast and have great episodes, people recognize me a lot of times more from the podcast than my career, and that's fine. Whether you know me from the podcast or the music or the vlogs or Queen of the South or wherever the hell you know me from, it's fine.
Yeah, you mentioned Pepe Aguilar right now. I know you drank with him and he outdrank you. How did that happen? Like, that's Pepe Aguilar. Like,
he's like 6'7", dude.
What?
Like, that dude is huge.
No
that dude is
way.
humongous. Yeah, he's so big.
Man.
And I'm 5'2". So I sat there and I was drinking with him, but I'm not gonna lie. I mean, and also he's a legend. Like, of course he's gonna be good. You know what I mean? Like, good at drinking. Like, but no, he was super dope. I got to meet his whole family. Since then, we've ran into each other at a bunch of other stuff. I can't wait to have Karin Leon on the fucking podcast. Like, a bunch of different people.
Yeah, talk about it.
Well, I'm just like, I'm like, what I can say that's different about me now and like maybe about a lot of other artists or also just even me in the past is that now I'm just happy about being well-rounded. So like I'll show up to parties with like different artists and just vibe like on a personal level and just instead of like trying to be like, yo, let's collab. Like a lot of people I just know and eventually like, hey, you want to come to my house and do a podcast? And it's pretty dope. Like I'm more interested in being a well-rounded person and like living a good life because we all don't know when we're gonna go, so we might as well have a good time.
Oh yeah, I love that. So I'm assuming you write your songs beforehand. Can you describe your creative process when writing a song?
I for the most part I mumble track, so it's like if it's a melodic or a cadence thing, I play the beat, I go in the booth, I immediately start mumbling and like figuring it out. By the time I'm done mumbling, I already know what the song's about and I already kind of know some of the bars. So
how do you translate your personal experiences into your music? I know you mentioned that earlier, but how do you translate? Like, what is the writing process? Like, do you go in with a motive, with a subject?
No. I really like believe in like frequency and stuff. So I believe in just kind of letting the beats or like whatever the vibe is in the moment, do what it needs to do. I also like to challenge myself in that is that just writing in the moment and writing about different situations. There's some stuff that I've written about that I didn't it's not necessarily like exactly my story. Maybe I took from this relationship or that relationship, I piece it all together and I make something. And what I don't like is that people sometimes will hear my music and attach it to, you know what I mean? Like certain situations are like, your baby daddy, like, did this. And I'm like, no, like that's not,
I'm just writing.
I'm being creative, but, so I like storytelling. So I would like to think that at some point I would like to write like a show or like a movie or something. Cause I do want to get into more like that type of shit.
Okay.
So that way they can't be like, this movie's about her, ex. And I'm like, no, it's a fucking scary movie.
Is there anything in the works regarding like acting? Because we've seen you in the Queen of the South, Little Traviesa.
Yeah.
Anything in the works?
Right now, I mean, no, like I said, I came right back off tour and I took a little time to just decompress. It's a lot to be on the road sometimes. So I've been, enjoying my family, my ranch, my son, the goats, the chickens, the dogs, just making sure everybody's good. And then, taking care of my mental health. And then now, I'm ready to do all that stuff. But I love the holidays because I get to take a little step back and still work, but also still be at home. And that's my favorite thing to do. Bro.
I got to ask you, if there's a song that describes you, if you had to choose one song, like what song would it be?
Oh my God. In the world?
No,
or
like
mine?
your song. Yeah. Your song.
No. How I Do It?
How I Do It. I like that one. That one bums.
Yeah.
Yes, no, I'm very big on positivity. I'm very big on mental health. I'm very big of taking care of yourself and spreading positivity. I feel like being kind is key to just doing anything in life.
Period.
And I want to I want you to leave the people here today with something positive from you. Through your music, through yourself, like what is just something positive that people could remember you by here right now?
Oh my God. She's like, say the most prolific thing you've ever said in your life. She's like, no pressure though. Take some Jack.
No pressure. Yeah.
Give me some Jack Daniels.
I'll
be like, this good word has been brought to you by Jack Daniels.
Yeah, that's how we do it. Come on.
Damn, she keeps out drinking me. She's Pepe Aguilar right now, dude.
Yeah, oh shit. I'm next.
No, I mean, like I always say in my music or my podcast or my live, I'm sure a lot of you guys watch my stuff, so you guys already know. Aiming for better is a real thing. I always constantly just try to do better, try to be a good person, try to just have a good, moral compass, because at the end of the day, bro, like we're just here for a little bit and we're just cells that are, became human beings, but that's about it, bro. Like, we don't, in the sense of like what the universe is, we're a tiny little blip in time, a little speck. And so why not treat each other good? We're all on the same rock that's spinning around, and that's it. Just try to be good to people. Fuck, I know I talked about the politics because it is obviously heavy on everybody's mind. Right. But at the end of the day, just try to make sure even in that you make your decisions based on empathy and based on love and based on support for other people, because whether you believe in God or you don't, or energy or anything that you believe in, just know that hoping for good and doing good is never going to be bad for you. So that's it.
Right now, we're in a room full of your fans.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? I got my homegirl, DJ Charisma, who you guys can listen to every weekend with my homie DJ Wavy, and she got some fan questions.
Hold on,
for
we
you.
got some fans. Why don't you tell us your name and where you from and ask your question?
I'm Yvonne. I'm from Moreno Valley.
Hey.
Snow. I don't know. On the spot.
I'm dead.
That Jack Daniels kicked in.
I'm dead.
Snow, I love you.
Go. No, you go.
I ain't got a question, but I hope you had a great day.
I'm dead. Thank you.
How about Nikki? Tell us where you from.
By the way, all my fans are shy as fuck, just so you know. Like, all of them are shy.
Oh, man. I was also...
They said, just like you, Snow.
I was also born in the Bay Area. I was born in
Hey.
San Leandro, but I was raised in Southern California. I live in the South Bay. And I discovered Snow a few years ago, so I'm kind of a newer fan.
Okay.
And I know you're taking a break right now, but I want to know what your goals are, maybe short-term or long-term for your label.
I mean, right now, I don't know, for like with other artists and stuff. I don't know, I realized, especially with artists, it's a lot, I think right now I probably am more interested in like maybe venturing out creatively, or like with one thing that I said before I retire, I think I'm gonna try to do a tour that is all women, like not artists necessarily, but like everybody behind the scenes. Because even people who try to make a tour with all women lineup, they never think about everybody behind, like the lighting people, the sound people, like everybody being all women. And I think giving more opportunity to women behind the scenes in the music industry is very important for me, and also in every creative aspect. So I think that would be a dope thing.
Come on, make some noise for that,
Thank you.
guys.
All right, we got one more. Tell us your name, where you from, and what's your question?
So I'm Gina, I'm from the OC, and my
Hey.
question is, right before you get on stage, what's something that you like to do?
I meditate. I take some time for myself. I pray for sure. I stretch, I stretch, and it's not just because my back is bad. Honestly, I realize that a lot of the times, like when I get really anxious, like if I just stretch, I feel a lot better. So I'm just like, just release all that, and just, instead of taking that extra shot, maybe stretch and then figure out if I need that extra shot. So I do that. I definitely allow time for myself, because I'm about to go out there and try to entertain a lot of people. I need to give myself a little self-love, So yeah.
Okay. We got a special surprise for you, Snow.
Oh shoot.
For my comadre from Cali 93.9.
Hey.
Somebody who respects you, who admires your work, and has a lot of love for you. Angelica Vale.
Oh shoot, what the?
She has something that she wants to tell you.
Where? Oh,
Know that
it.
product. Soy Angélica Vale. Te quiero mandar un beso enorme y decirte que I'm proud of you. I love you. Hope to see you soon. Beso enorme. Muchas felicidades en tu primer Up Next.
Hey, gracias.
Shout
And I
out
hope
to
to have her. She said she's gonna come through and drink this time, but on the podcast. So I hope that
okay.
I hope
That's
that we
gonna be
make that
lit.
pod lit, and then you're invited.
Yeah,
Let's turn
Angelica
up.
Vale, every day on Cali 93.9. She is the morning show. Y'all gotta tap in. She is awesome. She's great. Thank you all for your questions, for being here. The time has come, though. The time has come. The anticipation is over. Stay tuned for performance of my girl Snow the Product.
Hey, it's lit.